Viewer discretion is advised.
I just want to say, can we all get along? Hell no!
When they asked Atatiana Jefferson's father about a hug, he said no, he didn't want a hug. He lost his daughter. I am just so happy to see somebody black stand up. Somebody has killed your loved one, and you turn around and say, I forgive them, knowing in your heart that you are lying. You trying to say the right things, but that is not how you feel. The people in Fort Worth, Texas are standing up to this, and I am glad to see somebody standing up to this. Because with us, it seems like it's when one does one thing, others will follow. So to see somebody stand up and be successful, it might catch on.
Like just Bolts and John, I don't want no hug. That's my one and only daughter. I'll never forget that.
There's nothing to console me why he did what he did.
Darius Carr is Jefferson's brother.
It's murder. Through a window? She didn't have a gun in her hand. She was malice or coming at you any crazy. She opened a window and you shot her.
Fort Worth's top leaders coming forward with an apology to Atatiana Jefferson's family from Mayor Betsy Price.
On behalf of the entire city of Fort Worth, I'm sorry. To Atatiana's family, it's unacceptable. There is nothing that could justify what happened on Saturday morning. Nothing.
To Interim Police Chief Ed Krause.
Her father called this shooting senseless, and I certainly have not been able to make sense of why she had to lose her life.
The chief naming the officer who responded to an open door call and did not identify himself before opening fire on the 28-year-old in her own home.
Aaron Dean, ID 4598, was the officer who responded to the call and fired the shot that killed Atatiana.
Aaron Dean.
The 35-year-old rookie seen in this 2018 Police Academy graduation video has not cooperated with the investigation, says Krause, and quit before he could be fired for violating several department policies, including use of force. Fort Worth PD now says releasing photos of a gun found inside Jefferson's home was wrong.
In hindsight, it was a bad thing to do.
The gun is irrelevant. She was in her own home, caring for an 8-year-old nephew. Atatiana was a victim.
And in a candid moment, Chief Krause responded to the community's outcry. This case, they say, is why trust in police is broken.
I tell them I get it. Nobody looked at that video and said there's any doubt that this officer acted inappropriately. I get it. We're trying to train our officers better. We're trying to shore up our policies, and we're trying to ensure that they act and react the way that the citizens intend them to. That they act and react with a servant's heart instead of a warrior's heart.
As before, you've apologized. You're promising transparency. You're going to get to the bottom of this. But in the end, what will happen to Aaron Dean? Is he going to prison? Will he get 10 years and do 5? Will he get the maximum life? We are sick and tired of the broken promises that you continuously make time and time again. And you say you're going to do better at training these officers time and time again. But time after time, one of these racist cops, quick to pull the trigger, is always getting caught going against what you say is the policy. But when your officers go against the policy, the punishment is very weak. I heard the family and the attorney, Lee Merritt, say that they want the trial moved outside of Fort Worth. But I don't know, man, because does it really matter where they move this trial? Because these people are all on the same page when it comes to protecting police officers. I do not care where they move this trial. I do not believe that the Jefferson family will get a fair trial because we know the record. We've seen this play before. How many times? We've seen it happen to other families. And just like these people here, man, it's a shock when it happens to them. Now, this trial is going to take, what, a year or so, maybe a year from now or so when they finally go to trial. And what is the prosecution going to push for? Is he going to charge him with a charge that he can beat? Or are they going to pick a group of jurors that are going to sympathize with this officer in spite of what he has done? Is this officer going to use the tear tactic, crying and sobbing, hiding by, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, I wish it was me? He's only been on the force for a year and 6 months. And he's killed an unarmed black woman in her home. He resigned. He is not cooperating with authorities. They didn't give up this cop's name until after he resigned. These cops, they should get nothing less than life in prison. Look at the lives they have destroyed. Every holiday, every birthday, what these people have to go through, what this child has to go through, witnessing his aunt being shot down in cold blood by a public servant. It's kind of like time out for well-placed words, apologies, hugs, saying the right things. It's time out for that, because that is getting us nowhere but putting us back at the starting block. If we want to get past this, we have to do something different. We've marched, we've boycotted, begged, pleaded, prayed, and we're still at the same starting position. What's so sad and bad about cases like this is that they bring out the evil, greedy relatives. Atatiana's aunt. That woman should never have grabbed a mic. As a matter of fact, you should have saw the beads of sweat coming from Lee Merritt's head when that woman finally got off the mic. She's claiming that this man is not Atatiana's father. But if it's not his father, I like how he's speaking about Atatiana. He's not trying to say all the right things, being cautious of how he places his words. He is speaking from the heart. And that is what's missing from most of the people I saw. Well, not most of the people, but mainly from that aunt. Because she didn't have anything to say about her niece. Just only Mr. Jefferson. And I'm wondering why.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vanita Body. I am Atatiana's aunt and Yolanda Carr's, Tay's mother, oldest sister. I'm speaking on her behalf today because she could not be here. As you have heard, her health is declining. And I've heard of the allegations of Mr. Marquise Jefferson, is what I want to address, claiming to be her biological father, which he is not. nor has he ever had legal custody of her. We have not as a family heard from Mr. Jefferson, and if he cares to reach out to us, we would be more than happy to address his concerns. And I want you to know that the GoFundMe page, that is family approved to Tay's legal family. And I thank everyone for their outreach, for their giving, and for the love that they have shown us today.
All right. Thank you so much. And we have...
That woman could have kept all of that. She's just showing her dislike for Mr. Jefferson. I'm quite sure we've been in relationships where someone in the family of who we were dating didn't like us. And this woman here is just taking this just way too far. Sometimes it's just good to shut the hell up and not say anything. And she should not have been allowed to speak. She's an embarrassment because she didn't say it was, she didn't bring up the fact that it was a shame my niece has been shot, this cop needs to be charged. She hollered about Mr. Jefferson. And he's not the daddy, he's not legal, all this type of shit. And you just some bitter woman that's mad and angry. But you are mad at the wrong person.
My mother called me yesterday morning. She said Tay was shot.
Marquise Jefferson waking up to learn his only daughter was dead.
I mean, it's senseless. My daughter was 28 years old. Had a whole life. And I don't have nothing against the neighbor. I mean, hey, if he sees something going over that house with my daughter, you need to call the police. You know what I'm saying? But it's the way the police acted.
In the body cam video, you see an officer walk through Jefferson's backyard to a bedroom window where she was standing.
Put your hands up! Show me your hands!
Not even a full second later, she was shot.
You got to know, there's somebody's daughter. Somebody loved her. And it was a better way. It didn't have to be like that.
Jefferson thankful for their final words.
I texted her, said I love her. And she texted me back, said I love you too.
The two shared a very special bond.
When she was growing up, I read to her a lot. I bought her a lot of books. Oh, she loved to read. She reads all the time. Her mother tell me she in there reading.
Reading fueled her passion for learning.
Hi, my name is Atatiana Jefferson, and I'm doing lab exercise 5.
Jefferson going on to get a pre-med degree from Xavier University. Currently, she was working in pharmaceutical equipment sales, saving up for medical school.
She had hope, she had dreams, she had aspirations. We've lost it for no reason. I've seen many cases like this where you think that they would have learned from it.
All you can really say is just a damn shame. The way we as black people have to live in this country, the way we are treated in this country, the way we are viewed in this country. It's just a damn shame. People are always wondering why black people are always so upset and angry. Diary of a mad black woman, angry black man. Live a day in our shoes, and you'll know why we are so angry. And I know you have other people out there that are asking and wondering this one thing.
I just want to say, can we all get along?
Before you ask that question, I want you to remember this reply.